Hi, oh, I thought I'd share this. You can see it. She's a little sassy, but that's one of the pictures I have of Lila. She's strutting around her tattoo she got. Okay, so I'm kind of starting in after that flashback. So now she's in her Cambridge efficiency apartment with her boyfriend. Sorry if I'm not talking loud enough. Let's see. Although the curtains of the tight Cambridge efficiency were drawn open, the overcast sky allowed less than optimum light. I had toned my canvas in raw sienna. I had arranged some beer bottles by my literature books under the lamp to paint. Hysterical? No, it's hysterical. I'm not even old enough to purchase beer. Anyway, I was forming the outline of my subject when Kyle walked inside. "What the fuck did you do to your hair?" Kyle scared the living crap out of me. "Kai, damn you." I jerked my paintbrush back, making a poo-colored mark on my cheek. "You don't like it? It's blue." "All right, I'm sorry. It took me by surprise, that's all," Kyle apologized. "Just the ends," I said, wiping the paint off my face. "I have been wanting to do this for a while. I wanted to surprise you." I held up the freshly dyed blue ends of my long chestnut hair. "If you like it, I can't say I care for it. So what next? Nose ring like your weird new friend?" Kyle flopped into their sofa. Our sofa. Gotta fix that. "Another tat," I smirked, returning my focus to my painting, because I didn't want to hear him pick on me. "I love you, but you can't eat your tattoos," he said. I shrugged. "Just a little one, the dragonfly I wanted." "Butterfly, dragonfly, I see a pattern. What next? Horsefly, a cockroach?" "What about a centipede?" "Oh, shut the fuck up," I muttered. He came up behind me, drawing his arms around my waist, burying his face into the back of my head. In her head, thinking, "You are playing me, Kyle." I lowered my brush. With my free hand, I ran my fingers into his tight, short hair above his ear. "I love you as you are, Lai. Don't change," he said softly, and kissed the back of my neck playfully. Damn, I don't want to put my work aside, but his caresses were forcing me to give in and set the paintbrush down. I smiled, letting myself become lost in his kiss, and thought, "Asshole." And I actually had a picture with, well, let's see if I can get over it. I know you can't see anything, so I have to move it closer. It would be this one. No, I just made it go away. Come back here. For some reason this isn't. I think you kind of get the picture. On one wall, in careless order, hung her illustrations. Objects of organic nature, nudes, animals, real and imaginary, flowers, trees, creatures of abstract design, experiments with color, value, hues, form, emotion, fictional idealized characters entwined in erotic embraces. On the other wall, posted neatly, was Kyle's world, sleek, linear, automotive, and some architectural designs. His visions of where the future style of performance of luxury vehicles might advance to, a compromising juxtaposition besides Lila's untamed expression and his set standards as crisp, seductive, and unattainable. Two artists who saw the world as their blank canvas to create, each with different stylistic vision. Lila and Kyle's inspiration. Inside her mind was a magical universe brimming with ideas of fantasy, escape, dreams, and creativity. If it wasn't for her, he probably would have been studying in another field, maybe managing a retail outlet. She was where he wanted to be. Kyle took care of Lila. He made sure she returned to Connecticut for her doctor appointments. He reminded her to take her assortment of medications on time, the allergy meds, the psych meds, and the birth control. She had plenty to remember. It was often overwhelmed her. He was good to her, and her parents approved of him. They weren't fond of the two shacking up together, but their daughter had been determined to grow independent. The cost of living in a tiny efficiency was high enough. It would work if they agreed to split the cost. Kyle had gotten out of bed, pulling on his sweatpants. Seen through the light streaming through the blinds from the street lamp outside the window, he took one of the bottles from My Still Life. I heard the glass clink together. It was still cold by the drafty window. I hadn't laid out my design, so it didn't spoil the composition. I could always replace it with another object, like an apple, if they hadn't gone rotten. The full moon was blazing through the sliver between the blinds, cold, uncaring, desolate. I felt cold and thought to get up and put some clothes on. That chill penetrated the walls. I didn't want to move. I rubbed my bare legs together under the duvet. My eyes fixed on the moon again, peeking through the break in the cloud cover. I heard a whisper in my ear, as if someone was there beside me. I knew it was in my head. That one slipped through. My risperdone failed to squash that voice. That voice wasn't really too threatening, just a disembodied whisper saying kind words, as if it was speaking to a child. Was it speaking to me? Without warning, I felt like someone forced my hand over and sliced my wrist open. I bolted upright, clutching my wrist. What the hell? What the hell? I looked again to the moon. It seemed to become red, like my blood was spilling over it. Am I dreaming this? Lie? Kyle had responded to me. I didn't realize I was whimpering. I was awake, sitting up in the bed. I couldn't move. I imagined my wrist was cut, but it wasn't. I had to force myself to return as I was. Kyle switched on the light. It's nothing, I lied. Babe, you're cold. Put something on. He wrapped me in a soft crocheted throw. He held me, His breath smelled of beer. Why am I like this? It was more upsetting that the image invaded my mind than what I had seen. And the scene changes. And I don't know if you noticed in there, when I started to talk about their artwork, it went into the second person, and then it went back into the first person, sorry. Wait, went into the third person, but then it went back into the first person. So I did that purposely, and I did have like breaks. But I do that from time to time. See, now the scene changes again. I don't think that you are crazy. Oh, we're at 11 minutes. Okay, I'll stop right there. But I think there's one more picture here. Okay.